Hey there, my name's Phil, and you likely found me because you're looking for somebody to help you out with your Google Analytics project. Happy to help. Want to make a quick video just in case you landed here talking about my previous experience with this stuff because, yeah, I love analytics. And let's just dive in, right? So I realized I've been doing this for about 7 years. And about 5 years ago, I realized a lot of my teammates in the agency world just don't like analytics. And I use that as a bargaining chip to get more projects faster, right? But be careful what you wish for, right? So, anyways, fast forward, right? 2021, I built 24 dashboards for an agency client of mine. She had a number of real estate sites and she wanted awesome analytics and awesome dashboarding. So, that was our goal in 2021. At this point, she's got GA4 properties and all the data studio reports built. So she's self sufficient largely, but that was a cool project, especially for someone who wanted to further their analytics career. And then in 2022, in Q1, I migrated a site of name brand US pet food companies, like companies you'd recognize and you may have fed your dog or cat food from, right? But they were on Universal Analytics as a portfolio of sites. They're all e commerce. We had to move them over to GA4 using Google Analytics, Google Tag Manager, making sure all those conversions and all those e commerce data tracked. Fantastic. So I spun this part of my business off because it's a little different than the SEO component that I also handle, right? But this is just basically the analytics component, data analytics done. That's our thing, right? So how do we do that? Oh, I'm so glad you asked. Because we kick it off with Google Analytics for custom-made events. Typically, we're auditing or creating a GA4 account. Doesn't matter to me, but the most important thing is we build awesome events that are KPIs that matter to the marketing team, that matter, what that align with the end goals of the organization. No fluffy metrics. Let's create custom events, and I can help you with this. We create awesome custom events based on things that you need, based on conversations you and I have. Very cool, very cool, right? The way we make that happen is we use the industry standard tagging manager called Google Tag Manager. If you're already on here, you know the benefit, but basically we don't have to touch a site CMS once this thing's added. And Phil can go in here and add new tags to your container, create new events, all that good stuff, right? Fantastic. Beyond that, if I can help you create dashboards just like I did with my real estate client in 2021, basically we built out 24 dashboards, one per client website, all the KPIs that the client cared about at one spot. Nobody's bouncing around GA4. I think it's a beautiful thing. And if I can help you with that, let me know. Reporting in Google Analytics 4 leaves a lot to be desired. And so I recommend typically people build in Looker Studio, right? Awesome. Google Data Studio, Looker Studio. That's how this was accomplished. Very cool. And lastly, I just identified that Google hasn't made this transition very easy for a lot of folks. And I want to step in as that resource because I've done a number of these. I've done 25 Universal Analytics migrations this year alone. I know that number is just going to grow. So if I can help you out with that, basically, I want to be this technical point of contact or this data guardian. Cool. So I'm pretty easy to reach out. Like I'm easy to get a hold of. You can reach out to me on LinkedIn. You can reach out to me on Upwork. You can find how I operate and the things that I talk about on my YouTube because like I talk about this stuff pretty prolifically and I spend a lot of time thinking about this stuff, right? And kind of the secret sauce, like I kind of mentioned it. There's not Yeah, I mean, it takes a lot of know-how to get through Google Tag Manager and all that stuff. But this is kind of the workflow. And I think this makes a lot of sense when people see it. That's why I'm taking the time to walk you through this, right? We have a kickoff call. You and I meet. We talk about the marketing objectives. We talk about the things that are previously done on your analytics properties and what the goals are for the next year. And that gives me a game plan. I go in after you grant me some access. We do auditing of your existing tag manager, Universal Analytics, GA4 stuff just so we're not wasting any stuff that's in the old stuff. But typically, I'm of the mind to retire it. And we can talk about what that looks like because midway through the project, we have a QA meeting where it gives us a chance for me to share my findings. Then I provide recommendations based on best practices, things I've seen in the past, right? And then finally, it gives me an opportunity to say, okay, here's my recommendations. Do we got the go ahead? Yes or no? If we got the go ahead, Phil goes back to the background and does final implementation, where basically I build a bunch of stuff in Google Tag Manager, reporting, all that fun stuff. And I want to make sure you're educated and you feel confident in the spot that I leave you at, right? So we always include a debrief meeting. We can do a Loom debrief meeting too. That's easier, but basically I want to make sure you have the documents and assets at the end of the project. So there's no questions, and I want to demonstrate everything that we've built. So that's it in a nutshell. Again, not super sophisticated, but it's a lot of teamwork, a lot of communication. And if I can help you with this project, I'd love to be your GA4 liaison. So thank you so much for watching. Please reach out with any questions. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.